Alright, so my name is Jasmine Jones and I'll be telling you a speech about crocheting and the benefits it has on people and how it came to the US. So according to stayknitYarns.com, crocheting is one of the most popular hobbies all around the world. It is a fiber with a metal, wood, or bone hook. Anybody from the age of 5 can actually learn how to crochet. I personally started crocheting when I was 8 years old from my mom, and I actually got to gain all the stuff that my great-grandmother was using because she would crochet doilies. So now I inherit those and I can pass them down to my kids whenever I teach them how to crochet. Personally, after learning all the benefits that crochet does for the person's mind and bodies, it's super beneficial, and I feel like more people should do it. But where did crochet even come from? So according to www.darngoodyarn.com, nobody really knows where crochet originated from. There are a lot of theories saying that crochet might have came from China, Arabia, South Africa, England, Italy. And although these countries have accepted their history of crochet, how did crochet make it to the US? So after doing my research on twistedewidaho.com, I learned that when Ireland was going through the potato famine, men and women would crochet to make a living. And that inspired them to make schools and train their teachers to teach their students how to crochet. So it ended up becoming very popular, and that's how they would make their money during the potato famine. So when Ireland originated over here to the US, they were teaching everybody here how to crochet, and it eventually became super popular here. And that's when they started this thing called crochet therapy. So according to counseling.org, 3,500 crocheters have published in the British Journal of Occupational Therapy that they genuinely feel happier after crocheting or knitting. And it was really interesting for me to learn that crochet reduces anxiety, stress, and is a natural antidepressant. So crochet brings the internal mind to a calmer space, especially for those who are coping with the anxiety of repetitive thoughts. And crochet also helps with calming down your nervous system and your stress hormones. So crochet helps your brain focus. It does help with your memory, because your brain has to focus on the different patterns and stitches that you have to memorize when you're crocheting, and it strengthens your brain, so because you're able to focus on it, and especially helps when you're able to work with your hands. So personally, I let myself stress out a lot about school and work, and crocheting is always something that I have done during my free time to help pass the time and help me focus on whatever I'm working on and keep my mind straight. And personally, I do feel better after I crochet. So from what I researched, it made a lot of sense to me that crochet helps with stress, anxiety, and depression, because everyone goes through their own things. You know, I've gone through stuff, and crocheting was one of my coping mechanisms that helped me get through all those things, where I didn't have to take medication or go to therapy. All I had to do was sit at home, crochet, and watch whatever show I was watching, you know? So it did help a lot, and I appreciate that crochet is all around the world. Anybody can crochet if they wanted to, and I feel like more people should, especially for those who don't want to take medication because of their anxiety, stress, or depression. Crochet is like a really good thing that someone should do if that's like not the road that they're wanting to go down. So yeah, after doing my research on how beneficial crochet was, I was really like thankful that that's something that I am personally interested in, and that other people should be interested in as well. And I really love doing it. So yeah, so I feel like more people around the world should do it, and I'm grateful that there's so many cultures that are into crocheting. They have their own different ways of crocheting, and I feel like it is important that people should at least try to experience crocheting, especially if they're on the mental illness route where they're dealing with depression, anxiety, and stress. And I think it's important that all cultures have their own way of crocheting, and that crocheting is spread across the world, and that nobody even knows like where crochet came from. It is important that we keep this hobby alive, and that more people should do it. And if anybody is like even interested in crocheting, that they should go ahead and do it. Any age groups like from over 5 is able to do it. And so I feel like, if you really want to do it, then you should. Thank you.